Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, hey, I'm Ledi. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you and I can be friends. So on my returning Luxies, I've made it a thing. We're Luxies now. Thank you so much for coming back. In today's video, I'm going to be having a little chat about feminine products. If that is your vibe, keep on watching. If that is not your vibe, but you know somebody whose vibe it might be, share it. Why not? Let us get into it. So I'm going to be comparing 4 types of feminine products, namely pads, tampons, menstrual cups, and menstrual discs. I've got 3 products here because I'm just not willing to show my menstrual cup on like the screen. It just feels a little weird for me. I'm gonna include pics for like to relate it. The menstrual disc that I do have here is one that I'm not using, so I don't mind putting that up on the screen and sharing that. So first is the most popular pads. I recently got these. If you watched my hygiene shopping video, you definitely would have seen these. They are organic pads. Everybody knows pads. Not everybody likes pads. Personally, I love pads for convenience. You will never go wrong with a pad. Of course, there are like certain instances where it just won't work. They aren't the most flattering for like the different types of clothing that people might fancy themselves wearing. I personally don't even like having to think about not being able to wear something because I'm on my period. It's nonsensical. And I feel like with a pad, the only reason I would not be wearing something I want to wear is because I'm wearing a pad and I don't want to waddle. You know the waddling? So I guess that would be my only con for pads. Whatever pad I have on, I will not have to worry about leakages and blotting, right? That is a massive help. And 2, on the first few days of your cycle, you're just sore. You don't want to be inserting anything up in you, okay? Pads, you just have it on, you're comfortable. You don't have to feel uncomfortable. You don't have to feel a bit uneasy because of having a tampon on. I love also that pads come in different sizes. You can get like really big ones, which are perfect for like people who are deep sleepers in the night who don't want to wake up. Like when I'm like on a heavy cycle and I'm just not feeling well and I'm cramping and all of that, those big ones from Always, those are the girls, okay? You will sleep and you'll have absolutely no problems. Nothing weird's gonna happen until you like get up in the morning. With the smaller pads, obviously you just need to like constantly get up and see what's up because things be up. Secondly, I've got tampons. I'm gonna put like varying sizes because tampons just have variety, okay? That's one thing I absolutely adore about tampons. They've got variety. If you don't even stress about soreness on the first day of your period, you can always use those ginormous ones. And I'm well aware of the toxic implications of using tampons that like are there. And obviously I do think everybody who has periods has to definitely check out what works for them before they settle on something. I do not mind using tampons on the last few days of my cycle because it's just convenient. And the thing with shock, as I've read it and understood it, of course you can't ever really be sure because of the chemicals that they make the product with, which is why I always try to get like organic products like this one. I know there are other pads from our popular friends that aren't always organic and have all the chemicals that you don't want to be associating with Miss Girl. So tampons, these are the mini. I believe these are the smallest ones from Loooove. These are just so okay. Also, I just think they're cute. I know I have no reason to like even include that. I think they're cute, but personally I have these every single time for the last few days of my cycle. I just don't like the idea of using a panty liner for spotting. No, it just works for me in comparison to using paint liners. And it's not to say I don't use paint liners, but I just don't think paint liners work for me for those last few days of the cycle. The regular ones I use when I am on just like a regular flow, nothing heavy, nothing hectic. Next, I've got period disc. Okay, I am absolutely so glad that I do not use this one, so that I can get the measurements and sort of computations in comparison to the other ones. I will put the sizes on the screen. This, I believe, is the biggest that they've got. It is big. I don't think anybody who has a low cervix will have any great way out of this one. It's very uncomfortable. The rubbers are thick. Okay, so when you insert it, obviously you insert it like this, and as you can see, like in comparison to my hand, it's like my whole palm. It's very big, it's very uncomfortable. You do not want to have this in on the first day of your period. Despite that, you will be safer for having this on. I do believe that these ones are specifically made for women who have just had children, who have higher cervixes. They just will not work for a girlie who has a lower cervix and is more likely to be in pain from using them. The regular one, great. If it's better, the longness, the length of the rubber is shorter, obviously, because the circumference of the whole thing is smaller. So while this one fits my entire palm, the regular one is slightly smaller and it fits really well. I still don't think I would enjoy it on the first day of my cycle, because I just don't like the idea of inserting anything, because it's just really delicate down there. It's really sore, it's easy to get really uncomfortable. So on like the second day, when I'm like getting back on the groove of being alive, because I have to be alive, I think these are really awesome, because you obviously are safer. There are no like chemical implications. You're not at risk of shock like that, like you would from tampons. You can empty these as and when you wish. You won't ever like have to worry about leakage. You just always have to be sure to have it the right side up, because if you have it like this, so you see, like, this is how it actually sits, right? Everything just falls right into there. But if you mistakenly put it like this, there is going to be leakage. So you always have to be like cautious of how you insert the disc, and therefore you don't have to worry about leakages. You can go through your entire day not worrying about leakages. That's another awesome thing about these discs, is that when you suspect that your period might come on, you can just slide it in right in the morning, and you're not going to have to constantly worry about, what if I get my period, what if I blood on myself, and all of those stuff. Lastly is the period cup. I'm not showing my tiny cup on the screen for reasons I've already specified, but these are the sizes of the cups. I believe the same brand that makes the cups also makes the discs. Love the cup. I do think, for the same reason that I would be like uncomfortable with using this, because of the thickness of the banding and just how long and large it is, the cups have to be twisted into themselves. So this depiction on the picture is how you have to twist it to insert it, and once it's in, I think it relaxes and collects the blood as it needs to be collected for you to be able to just pull it out and deposit it. I don't think these three last products, the tampons, the discs, and the cups, work well for the first few days of my cycle, because I get really sore, I just get really uncomfortable, and I just want to be as free as I possibly can be. The idea of having something up again just makes me feel like I'll be in so much pain. So I don't even use the cup on the first day of my period. I do tend to use the cup on my second day or third day, depending on what my vibe is, how I'm feeling. I really love the variety of like feminine products with how things are changing recently. I think for the longest time it's always been like just pads, right? And then just pads and tampons. I am so grateful to be living in the times when we have like the choice of so many more other products. And I know there are many more like period panties and all of that, which I also am sure are great. Have not tried them, but if I do, I will definitely be sharing how that goes. That would be very interesting. So let's talk pricing. In terms of pricing, reusable products do tend to be like north of 100 to 150, close to 200. I'm going to put accurate prices on the screen for the disc and the cup respectively. The ones that are still very affordable, but unfortunately you would have to get them every month or every other cycle, are the tampons and the pads, because obviously you can't reuse them and you actually do tend to use a lot through the course of your cycle. With the reusable products, you get to empty it out, clean it up as you need to, and reinsert it throughout your cycle. And I believe with these ones you can use them up to 3 to 4 cycles, and the cup even longer, which is really awesome. The savings therefore, in comparison to having to buy these tiny products consistently, makes more sense. It makes more sense to buy like one cup that you can use for like half a year or buy annually, instead of having to buy like tampons and pads that you'd have to replace consistently. That is my little review on my trial with feminine products. I do use these all interchangeably as I feel the need to. If you found any of this information useful, leave a comment. Tell me which one of these products are your favorites, which ones you use, which ones do you think are worth a try, and yeah, let's have a chat about it. Thank you so much for getting to the end of the video. I'll see you very soon.